somebody killed my recycling bin. I was in the backyard and I hear this earth and I was like, God damn it. A lot of people crash at that intersection. So, and then the cops were like, what was weird was the cops called Sherry. They didn't call me. So, and my number's the one out front. So it's like, why would you call Sherry? And I was like, oh, it's a trap. Don't go out there, babe. She's like, don't you want to contact your interest? I'm like, that's the fucking city's, man. I mean, it was on city property when some jackass fucking destroyed it. It's not my fault. And then people get drunk over there at the 414, and then somebody came over to this wall, right, on this side, and they just go, beef stroganoff. It's funny, I just had this cute little white girl show up. This dude named TJ, who I think I banned. I get this, it's not a lot, but there's like 3 or 4 dudes up in either North Phoenix or West Phoenix that I banned. They're typically real like tough guy black dudes, and whenever they get a new white girlfriend, they send her over here. But it was funny. She was like real cautious. I was like, come on back, and she's like, no, I'll stay out here. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then TJ is like texting me. He's like, this is real Copperhead. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, the kit on Recoil's website is like $300. And he's like, I said, yeah, if you come and pick it up local, I'll give it to you for $150. And he's like, that's the lowest you can go. Oh man, can't wait to get a real job. So we're at counseling today. Today is Wednesday, and there's this girl. I went next door and got a little Coke with the crushed ice, and this girl come looking out. I mean, she looked pretty good. Had some heels on and everything like that, and I don't know, just kind of, there was something annoying about her because she was on the phone. She's just like, you know, blah, 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 you know, whatever. Bitching about something. And I can't even, when I came out of the store, I mimicked her and came to Sherry and I said, I'm a busy prostitute. I ain't got time for your bullshit. And then I give the Coke to Sherry and and I was thinking, I was like, there's a very, I mean, it's not, I don't even want to say there's a very fine line. It's very blurry when it comes to looking good at your office job versus everyday workwear for a prostitute. And then I was like, you know, I'm sure there's a bunch of girls that are like, you know what? I got Travis and Troy and Peter and all these guys willing to, you know, give me some money for fucking, I'm going to stay home and just fuck. I'm going to make $1,000 for farting in some guy's face. So, and then that's it. She'll get a call from her friend Monica at the office. You want to come back in and work? Nope. I'm taking farts to the face. Well, I finished this one up. This was basically reclaimed from old PA stuff. It had a 3-inch pole diameter. I had the boys machine it and add height to it, and then we added the Diamond Audio aluminum puck on top for cooling, and this thick top plate, which I don't even remember what I pulled it off of. I think we just had to open it up a little bit. It's got that cooling that you've seen is pretty popular. So just a beefy triple stack. And then I wanted to call this the prototype UwU Junior. So we'll put the L series frame on there. We'll put some spacers on it. And then we'll do like an SPL spider. So, oh, it's small. Oh, I thought it'd take the full 8-inch. Oh, it doesn't take the full 8-inch. Come on, Jacob. What are you doing, man? Fuck, I might as well use the 12-spoke frame. What do I do? I don't want to do that. Fuck you, UwU. We'll do this one. Ah, I'm disappointed in the L frame. I didn't notice that. Oh, these are 8.5. That's why I need to trim the outer diameter. On the 15L frame, or also known as the U frame, it looks like it should be 8-inch. Let me grab a regular spider real quick. We'll do the Lord of Bass. I remember this one. Okay, and then we had to drill out a little bit. Because I like to use a clamp ring, so we can use that one. UwU Junior. And then I found a stash of the 5 series cones that we can do black stitch. Yeah. So, and then we'll do this one for, fuck it, I'll do this one for $365 shipped. So, because I've been doing these guys, the Vato Extreme for $250 shipped. So these two little fuckers are done. I'm going to do a video here on them just to see consistency. Not that, I mean, we used the same exact parts on both, but it's just interesting to see if there's teal small differences. I know there will be differences, but the box requirement will be the same, which is I think right around 1.5 to 2.0 cubic feet, tuned to about 33 hertz. So which is typical for a 12. But I am curious about this one. So oh well. Thanks to my buddy Ryan, I'm an ice cream millionaire. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at all this. It's delicious. Oh! Well, Jacob is okay, so the UwU subwoofer from Sundown is the first real project that Jacob has done since he retired. And I want it to be really special, and I was like, thinking to myself, I was like, how can I insert unnecessary aluminum into this project? And to really, I mean, I already did the cooling cap, right? So it cools on the inside and on the outside. And I was like, what kind of frame could I use? And I was like, well, I tried the 12 spoke, and then I got this one. This one's pretty cool. I kind of like that one, but it's really hard to remove if you wanted to remove it. And so I was like, this is the perfect time to talk about one of the solutions that I came up with. I was inspired by TC Sounds, Tilo of TC Sounds, who was also inspired by PV's work on the Black Widow, which is making it a removable top assembly. I know that Jacob has been an innovator in the industry. I would just like to know what he innovated. Mostly it just seems like he borrowed from other people, which is what a lot of people do, including myself. This one I came up with originally. This is my modification, again, just using garbage that I had laying around. This is left over from the Diamond Audio D6 subs that we did, and we have quite a few of them. I didn't realize that I had done so many over the years. But again, you know, I would be nothing without Jacob and nothing without YouTube. I owe everything to those guys. Thank you, BlackRock, for allowing me to curse and say naughty things on the internets. I am humble. I'm very humble. And so, you know what? I'm going to leave this open for you guys. Whoever wants to buy this, we can do this for like, well, because it's Jacob's UwU Junior, we can do it for like maybe $250 local, $300 shipped. Here is the removable top assembly with the added unnecessary aluminum parts. So basically what you do is, these were just spacers to go between the frame and the motor on the Diamond Audio D6. And they were just meant to have a bolt go through them and kind of just give it a look. A lot of people call it a go fast ring or a go fast, you know, whatever, because it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, it's like when you have a button inside your car, it's like, oh, that's a go fast button. Does it really go fast? No, it just turns off the air conditioner. So, but This is going to line up with the 127mm bolt hole circle, and then you can put regular pan heads in there. You could even do a flathead if you wanted. It'll wedge it in a little bit. It just won't seat fully down, which again is not really that big a deal. I'd rather use flatheads anyway, or an oval head to kind of wedge in there a little bit to kind of make it more precision, more precise. If you do want a little wiggle, you can use a pan head and then wiggle it around when you get down to finally tightening them down. So, but this is the M.A.C.K Modular Audio Concepts and Kinetics removable top assembly, and my ode to my mentor, Jacob Fuller. So it's funny, Jacob Fuller really modeled himself after Henry Ford and said you can have it in any color as long as it's black. See, that's why he makes all his subwoofers black. So that, I think he loves black people. I don't know. I would do it either way. But that's for this. And if anybody wants this, then again, I'll be $250 local and then $300 shipped for this triple stack. And this is the UwU Junior. Of course, I want to have a hybrid, something goes in between, and maybe we could do this as a Uncle UwU. So that way it's a removable top assembly. Oh wait, no, did I put 135 on there? No, I didn't. Oh, maybe I did. Let me see. No, I think it's the 145. Oh well. Maybe I gotta get a more traditional TI frame. I think we have the more traditional 10-inch one, so we could do a 10-inch one. Here we go. So this one has the traditional 127, also known as the 5-inch hole pattern. And so this would be a removable top assembly as well. We can do this thing, because it's a 10, it's a little bit smaller. We can do this thing for the same price, which is $300 shipped. And then that way you have the removable top. So otherwise, if you want to just do a regular frame, like the original UwU frame, like that, we can do that as well. So we'll probably just do it for like $2 1/4 here locally. I don't know. I hope maybe we can get Jacob to sign it. I mean, his mentor is JP. So, and he wishes he could be as strong as JP. And I mean, JP has a really strong penis. I think that's the best thing about JP. So that was the Uncle UwU, but let's see. These are Ryan's. Ryan came in the other day. He's a truck driver, and he said he wanted to come in. We've been watching that, was it America in Color? I think it is. And what they did is they took a bunch of old black and white footage, and then they ran it through the colorizer, and then they, put stories behind it. And sometimes it's like a weird theme, like the West and all that kind of stuff. But it was very interesting to see some of that stuff. And anyways, Ryan came out, and he went. Oh, that's what I was talking about. It was the Dude Ranch. So I didn't know what a dude is. A dude is a fake cowboy. So it's like when somebody goes to like City Slickers. Somebody goes to the movie, with Billy Crystal. People go to a ranch, right, and then dress up like cowboys and then do cowboy things, and then they don't realize that you got to wear pantyhose first when you go horse riding all day. I learned that one from Captain Kirk when he was, I forget which Star Trek movie it was, where they had to ride horses, but he's like, yeah, the trick is you got to wear pantyhose. So, but a lot of people, a lot of guys are like, no, I'm a manly man. It's like, what do you think you're going to do out there on Brokeback Mountain? You're going to be making out with other dudes, smelling each other's farts. I mean, that's what you do. Anyway, so Ryan decided to come in and smell my farts, and these are for a project that he's doing. He needed a final 2-ohm load. He's running a JL Audio 1000 XD. I think that, 1000/XD or something like that. Anyways, so these are D2. They're using the Serwin Vega VMAX. This happens to be a 15, but we chose dual 2 versions because the gap is slightly larger than the dual 4. And so we found a matching pair. This one I just have to cut the boot off, and then that will be matching. We're gonna have Ash go ahead and terminate. Ryan did the pour on the epoxy on the other side, so he got to come in and pretend he was a speaker builder. And then we're going to go ahead and do the Johnny 5 cone with the black stitch, and then I will get back in touch with him, and he'll get back in touch with the client and decide what they want to do as far as dust cap goes. So, but most people just go with the carbon fiber. And because these are 2.5 inch, they can use the concave selection that I have as well. Sometimes we can't use the concave on the 3 inch. It just is a little too high. It's a little too, like, it touches. So sometimes, I think the poly version of the concave cap, the 180 millimeter concave cap, is a little bit more shallow. So sometimes we can get away with that one, but we can't get away putting them on some of the fiberglass and also the carbon fiber. Another project Ryan had brought in was doing a refoam on a JL Audio 10W6, which was for a show car. And we got to go through some of the process on that. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about was the, we're going to go ahead and do these for the same price as the Vato Extreme, so $250 shipped. And we're just going to produce them custom for you guys. It's very difficult to do like pre-order, pre-made stuff. And so they're going to end up looking a little bit different. The stack is going to be the same, but they're going to have a nice soft suspension, and then we can do them in either 10 inch or 12 inch, D2 or D4, 4-layer aluminum coil, 60 millimeter wine height. They're not all going to have these double. The only reason why I have the double spacers is because it comes up like a nipple or a tip of a penis, and so you want to kind of overcome that. The final version will be flat because we'll be able to flip that over. It'll be the opening in the 220 millimeter ferrite is large enough to be able to accommodate this raise which was once a backplate, a bumped and vented backplate, but we get to carve it down and turn it into a top plate. So, because again, I just like to use random garbage. That's what's called innovation, where you use existing invention and existing materials to create something new and different. So this one just has to have this down. We put down a bead here, and then I like to do a bead on the inside to kind of double grab it. Wait till it's cured, and then we'll flip this up right now after I turn off the video. And then we'll, I think we just put a little weight on this one. I think we figured out the diameter was this TC Sounds frame for a mid bass that they made for a little bit for, I think, Sunfire. And so we'll just put a little bit of weight on that, let it sit overnight, and then we'll come back, we'll pull the shims, test it, and then I did the garbage can lid where you leave the hinge, and we'll put that back down with some CA and then put the cap back on, and it'll be good to go for Ryan. By that time, we should be done with the 12s, and we can ship all that out together. I also have 4 of the Vato Extremes. These are the, I think, 190 millimeter diameter. We got 2 pair that are going out. Frank over at Audio Obvious has said he wanted to claim the big yellow pair of the first Vato Supremes that we're doing in this batch. And then we're also doing some Scar EVLs and some random 10s for that guy that brought in the, I gotta finish that one too. That's a DD triple stack that came in. I'm not sure. I would say it's like a newer version of the 3500, because the 3500 is the 3 inch, but it's usually about a 7 inch diameter magnet, but it's usually a double stack. So that might be the newer version of the 3500 series. Oh, I wanted to show you this turd. So this is all just garbage collected around the shop on a shitty frame. This is the same shitty frame used on the Bailey that we're doing. It ends up using a, I think the original uses a 110. Is it the same frame? Let me go look. I think it's a version of it. So, because the Bailey frame, where did I put it? Oh shit, gotta find it. This was an UwU that came back from Mr. El Caucho with the red butthole. We went ahead and just got all that red paint off, put a clear coat on it, and so this can be another UwU. This one actually uses the original Sundown SD steel top plate, which we modified it. You can see right there, it used to say D4, but I modified it out for a 3-inch coil. And then we just added to the back plate so that the diameters would match. And then that is the old Sundown SD. So I thought you guys knew that Jacob had me do all his R&D. So that's good though. And then we trimmed this up so that we could fit a frame over it. So yeah, Jacob has been leaning on me for a very long time, and I've been very humble about not saying anything. He doesn't take all of my ideas, but you know, again, I have him to thank for everything that I have. And so it's important to thank your mentors. This one is ready. This one is the, what was this? UwU Copperhead audio version. So I forgot what we were doing this one for, but it's just a prototype. Jacob didn't sign it. And so I think it's a dual 2 SAV3 18-inch motor, and built as a 12. And I don't know, a lot of people just, you know, my work sucks. It's all homemade garbage. And again, this doesn't have Jacob's signature on it. So maybe we'll just do it for like $250 shipped, or no, $250 local, and then $300 shipped. Just because it's nothing compared to stuff that Jacob makes. So, but if you want some old junk that I made under Jacob's direction, you can buy this. I'll see if I can find the boot too. I think it was on the shelf. I don't remember where we had it, but I had saved this motor for quite a while. If you guys see it in the video, tell me, so I'm not seeing it. I do have a bunch of big motors I should build out. I remember I wanted to go over my my new spider samples that we got. Oh, sorry. We got in. Get some more supplies. It's the cheapy one we get. I like that they include oil in there too. So and then these are the only thing we do to these is take that little rivet. Take that rivet off because it sometimes stops it from closing or opening, or it's kind of dumb. So that was it. I can use that later today for the dust caps going to Mexico. So, but let's see. That's the same tooling as another one that we have, or very similar. This outer roll looks a little more pointy than the ones we have. These are the original ones that RE, I know, used them. And then I guess then a Dyer would also use them because they were both kind of started the same. Oh, there you go. That looks nice. We'll find out what the pricing is on this. And then they're modular so that you can stack them for as thick as you want. Oh, I think this is the spider that I've been using. I like this neck. It's kind of it's a good trough for epoxy to build up, so you don't have to use the cock ring that Jacob uses. And then those would be modular as well, so if you wanted a stiffer suspension. This is a very good version of the spider that we normally buy from another vendor. So we got a couple. We got one that's pre-laminated, a little bit stronger. He sent a little spreadsheet so I can go over them. And then this is a different, I think this is the 3.5. This is the JL. And then a leaded JL. And then I think no, they're both the same. Sometimes they send a sample with a little more dope in it. Yeah, this version. Yeah, this one has a little more dope in it. So it's a little stiffer. And then we got some, I won't even say the name, but it's like having a third pooper. Maybe a pooper the third that we have pallets of. We have literally pallets of that woofer. So, and then, because he was real insistent on doing the dual spiders, but I think it's unnecessary and it's kind of a hassle. Also, when they're not real stiff, it makes no difference literally no difference in the TSPs. So I've done that where if it's not stiffer for some reason, and you add, like you go, okay, I'm gonna do, here's one with the leads, and I'm just gonna do it as a solo. And then you're like, here, I'm gonna do a second one with the bottom spider and the top one. Let's check the parameters, and the parameters were absolutely the same. And I was like, huh, that's really interesting. And so, again, it doesn't pay to have 4 spiders, 5 spiders, or even 4 layers, 5 layers. What really matters is the amount of dope, the phenolic resin that they put into them. So if you're a fan of the Power T1 series, you'll recognize this one. So let's go see if it fits. So, little baby motor, big old frame. You know, so we just need one with a former that's tall enough, and then we can start doing really good reproductions, recones of all of these that are still, I mean, it's still in production, but I think it's so weird that they don't sell parts. Again, it's like buying a car and then you get a flat tire and then they're just like, throw it away. So, and then I didn't get a sample for other, I think this uses 8.5. This is the 12-inch T1. So this uses an 8.5-inch spider, but we were able to get some from Lord of Base. And then I just did my, our regular 2.5-inch by 8-inch spider that we trim all the time. Again, it's weird. It's like if I order it with a 3-inch neck, they want like sometimes $1 more, and I'm like, go fuck yourself. So we save $1 every time we trim them by hand. So, and then also it allows me to meet the MOQs that they give me. Sometimes they need money, and so they go, ooh, it's a 200 MOQ or whatever it is, and you're like, okay, that's fine. So it's, you know, just play along until you find another vendor. But that's why I'm always shopping for other vendors, is just to give me variety, right? Like DJ Rob used to come over and he's like, you know any good talent in the neighborhood? Like where he's at in Phoenix, it's all just trash for hookers and massage parlors. And over here, there's like a lot of turnover. So I'm like, yeah, go check out this chick or whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, I checked out that chick. She's real mean. She got big fake tits, but she's mean. And I was like, oh, I'll have to go investigate. I also got in this Mac Daddy. So this is a lot cheaper than I remember. I'm looking at the quality. I mean, is it shiny and chrome? Yeah, but these aren't even 3/4 inch slugs. I think these are 5/8 instead of 6/8, which I think would put it at maybe an 18 millimeter instead of 20 millimeter. And then this is, I think, yeah, this is a stamped. You can see that they didn't quite carve off the curve of where the tooling comes down and punches the thing out. They of course have to turn the inside. Sometimes they won't turn the outside, and that's what you see on like Rockford Fosgate, on like the T1, the T2. Well, actually, yeah, the T1 and also the T2, because a lot of that stuff gets buried inside of the woofer, so you never get to see it. So, but this is the one I was interested in because they use a T-yoke that they press out in one piece, and then they put it on the lathe and they trim it up and everything like that. And then what they do is this part, the pole extension, they just glue on there. And so what we've seen sometimes when people run these too hard is the glue separates and the piece just comes off. So, but I found it interesting that a prestigious company such as Diamond would, I don't want to say get away with, but you know, but the more I see of prestigious brands, the more I see a shortcuts in quality. So because it's so much easier, like again, like if you're dealing with hookers, like she can actually be a pretty ugly hooker, but if she's got really big tits and you're just focused on your work while you're fucking her and you see them big titties, like she gets the job done. So in the end, it really doesn't matter if the quality is there or not. And also, like, it was like, you know, having sex with a roast beef sandwich from Arby's covered in horsey sauce. It doesn't really matter as long as it gets those numbers quick, right? Because you want that girl, that bottom bitch, working all day, every day, bringing that money in. So, oh, on the Vato Extreme too, this was a Vato Supreme. This was originally for Chris S, but I had mistaken it for one that was magnetized, and it was not. And then now I'm gonna have to build some sort of jig or some sort of, go back to using that one, which I'm not really a fan of. in order to get it zapped. Otherwise I got to take it apart and zap it and all that kind of stuff. So, but I also wanted to offer this frame. It only comes in this color green. This is the Grinch. So it would be a Vato Supreme Grinch. And so we'll do that for, I think it was just like $50 more, because it uses a bigger spider, which is a little more expensive. We got to order from Lord of Bass. And then also it uses the, you know, this frame. So, but, and Ash hates this frame. She's like, it's such a pain in the terminals are very difficult to work with. There's not a lot of room. But once we switched to the 8 gauge, it's a little easier for her to do that. So, and again, I thank you for your patience for everybody that's waiting for their subwoofer to arrive. I'm just super busy, and so that's why I depend on Ash to build those now. So she's getting proficient enough where she's going to get a raise, and so she can work less hours, which seems, you know, weird logic. You're like, Patrick, do you really want her working less hours? And it's like, it's not up to me, it's up to her. So again, I don't want to be in some weird employment agreement. I want to just help people live a better life. And that's where my mentor and hero, Jacob Fuller, and I depart. So Jacob thinks that you guys are idiots and you're just going to give him money, and he can send you junk and garbage and overcharge for it, and I disagree. So, but you know, it's okay to disagree and agree to disagree with people. And if anything, I want you to watch these videos, or if you buy something like this from me, I want it to make a impact in your life, both literally and metaphorically. I want it to hold its value. So like, we'll do this one for, what did I say, 300 shipped? Yeah, 300 shipped. And I want you to have it for like a year, maybe 2. Remember, it comes with a 3-year warranty, and it's fully transferable, which again, Jacob for some reason doesn't like to be married that long to his black woofers. I don't know, maybe he hates black people. I don't know. There are mysteries in the universe. But so we will do a fully transferable 3-year warranty on these with your choice of either the Lord of Bass cone, or by that time we'll have the GONZO cones back in stock, which is what everybody likes. But yeah, 300 shipped, and it'll have the 10-inch spider and all of that stuff. But again, I want this thing I really want it to change your life. And I want you to have it for a year or 2 or 3, and then still be able to sell it for what you bought it for. If not, sell it for a profit. I prefer you sell it at a profit, because that way you educate someone else that, you know, say this is on par with, we'll go conservative with like the U series from Sundown. Is this on par with the U series? Definitely. It's got a 10-inch spider. I would put it more on par with like something like from Twisted Sounds, but again, those were expensive as well. Damn it, I just forgot his name again. Travis Young. But again, I'm not trying to embarrass my mentor and hero Jacob. I just, you know, it's awkward is what I like to say. It's awkward. I mean, personally, I think, well, he saw my wiener once and he was like, God damn, that's a big wiener. I was like, yeah, dude, that's the Chandler meat. You know, like, what am I supposed to do about it? Lastly, I'll let you guys go. I really like this box design. This is a Thunder box. Somebody put a little cheapy woofer in it over at MTX. I think it was for testing, but I would love to contact the factory that made these and then do something like that. I know that Texas Boombox had done a version where they did a port at the top, but I prefer the bottom. So, but we got the kit in for American Bass XFL. It was really affordable, and there's a lot of coupons you can get that give you 25% off if you're shopping with them. One of the other favorite products that they have I like is the spools of 18 gauge remote wire. I mean, it's just CCA wire, but it's very pretty. Right now they're out of the blue, but they also have red, like a translucent red and a translucent purple. And so what I want to do is import those colors also with a well, I want to import copper versions of it and do those colors with a braid. Maybe I can just get it braided and then on a spool. I'll talk to Monica. Oh, I got the HCCA kit in too. So this is cone kit. The other one said recone kit RK. So, and they come from China like that. They just take up a lot of space, which is why also China doesn't make very much money on them, which is why China's like, just buy a whole new woofer. And you're like, I don't know if I need a whole new woofer. So, but I don't know if you remember, we got the guy, again, a lot of these guys just don't know any better, and they drilled these holes out. They were using them for mounting holes, which on this design you don't do. This is the mounting holes. And so we got to get on here and just sort of put the recone kit in, put the ring on. This is the retention ring. It's also a beauty ring. And we'll clamp it into place. And then I have to re-drill and tap. I think it's an M5. So drill and tap for an M5 to go in there. But we want to put some of the bolts in there so that we make sure that it's aligned. So I'm curious to see if they included the spines. They're like knitting needles that they get from M.A.C.K or from an industrial source. M.A.C.K is just an industrial source supplier. But we'll go ahead and redo those because the guy is putting it magnet out, so it doesn't really matter what this is or how it's supposed to be lined up, but we're going to just put new holes in there and that'll be fine. Oh, lastly, I wanted to go over, I don't really like how these turned out. So we may just do them. I already clear coated them, but I may do, this is the base. So we got to grind the tops and prep this surface. Let's look at the base. Yeah, the base looks so much smoother. Maybe I can go to the paint store today and or Home Depot and see what I can find as far as colors. I don't want to do, when you do chrome spray paint, it never turns out. That's a metallic. That's the chrome. And then this is a metal specs silver sparkle. That might work. This is a metallic. Is this that midnight? Yeah, Black Knight metallic. I've done a lot of those. Bright coat chrome. Yeah, I miss these. These are always fun. This is a, it looks like an anodized red. This is just red, but it's under the Krylon metals. You can't find it, or sometimes you can, but there's another company that picked up that market for that product. It's a different brand. I ended up buying it off of Amazon. So, oh, there's my gloss white. Yeah, these were some for the Copperhead. This is a bright coat copper. This is fun. We experimented with that on the Copperhead audio stuff. And then I've always wanted to experiment with this, the Never Wet stuff. It's just a repellent. I forgot where I got it. Maybe I bought it from Home Depot. I just never used it. Oh, this is shellac-based primer. Clear gloss. I like the clear gloss. Oh no, I like clear matte. That's what I did. Yeah, and this is the wrong cap, but it's some metals. I think this is the, no, this is the blue, but that's the wrong cap. So, anyways, I'll figure it out. Thanks for your support, guys. Well, at first I thought it was something like what a child, a school project, like robot color. You're like, oh, let's get some cardboard and make a robot. It actually looks pretty good. I think we're gonna go for that. We'll do one first and then we'll see how it goes.